Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing an oil change. So I've got a MAN filter and I've got some Castrol 5W30. I think it's A5 stop and start blah blah blah. But anyway, we're going to change to that oil. It's been about 6,000 miles since my last oil change, and I'm going to try and keep it every like 6,000 miles, change the oil, blah blah blah. Obviously if I go on track, which is future plans, then obviously I'll be doing an oil change kind of a little bit more frequently than that. But anyway, started the car, let it warm up kind of to running temperature. It took about 2 or 3 minutes in this heat. It's about 30 degrees out today, so super hot. But anyway, pop the car on some blocks. I'm going to jack the car up, and then once you've got your car jacked up, just follow what I do, and you'll be absolutely fine. But anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, so on the car, you've got your sump plug here. So that's where you need to undo it. Basically, like this way around. I'm going to catch it in my little made container. So it's just hold it out the top. It's just like a 5 litre container. So oh, bloody hell, I've done that up tight. Wow, they've done that up very tight. Jesus, okay, that's actually moving me. We're going to get a socket instead, and try with a socket. Right. So we got a socket this time. Whoever put that on last didn't want to mess around, did they? Okay, so I've got it loose. I've never done this before, so I'm prepared to create a mess. So might just bring the container up to it. Okay, it's about to come. A second. Oh, I created a tiny mess. Okay. One sump plug. Now what do? I'm stuck. I'm scared that it's... Okay, I'll just... Oh, it's filling up very quickly. Right. Okay. I've thrown that on the floor. We're going to undo the cap up top just to let some air in, to kind of let the oil come out a bit more quicker. And then just leave it to drain for a while. So yeah, I'll check in once it's all drained, but that was quite successful for a first ever attempt. So now I'm going to change the oil filter. I'm going to try it by hand first of all, if I can't do it by hand. I've got tools such as this to basically try and wrap around it and crank it off. Then I've got a chain one, which is almost like a last resort. And then if that seriously doesn't work, I'm just going to stab a screwdriver through it. And use a screwdriver to crank it off. Anyway, we're going to try and do that now. So I've actually got a new sump plug. This is a magnetic sump plug. This was supplied by DC3D Designs. He may start selling these or he may not, I don't know. But we're just going to put it back into where the old sump plug goes. Cool, that's all in, and now we're going to basically just crank it up just a tiny bit. But we don't need to like He-Man it or anything. Cool, oh, so that's pretty tight. There we go, I got it. Right. So I've now kind of rotated it just a little bit. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but just up here, just use this leather strap. And then with any luck, oh, I still can't do it by hand though. So get this back on again. Obviously there's a lot of oil coming out. God, that's a pain to get out. Okay, let that drain. I'm going to try and get this blooming God, that's a tight fit. Okay, there you go, one old oil filter. Still a lot of cleaning up to do. But I've heard brake cleaner allows you to kind of clean up quite easily. So we're going to get some blue roll brake cleaner and go from there. So just by waiting, this is the filter I bought. I've always gone for kind of man filters. I say that I've always gone for, this is just what I know. And then obviously you've got the original one here. So I mean, they're filters, they do the same job, so yeah, get whatever one fits your car. But what we're going to do is basically just take a little bit of oil, go around the seal with this just to keep this O-ring or rubber seal just nice and kind of sealed, and secondly just keep it from kind of breaking down over time. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this every 6 months. Just want to show you kind of how dark my oil is. Now this is 6 months of a stage 2 engine. How dark this oil's gone is just unreal. So seriously guys, if you're running a modified engine, you know, get used to kind of doing this every few months at least, or every few thousand kilometers or miles, because that is incredibly dark. So this is the oil I've gone for, like I said, 5W30. The reason I've gone for this rather than the 20, obviously you can use both, so you can either use 5W20 or 5W30, both are recommended by Ford. I've gone for something with a little less viscosity, just because basically with a tuned engine, your engine's going to get hotter, and I want it to kind of keep at a good running temperature for longer, so that's why I've gone for this. So what we're going to do is basically just take a little bit of oil from here, smear it around there, and then go from there. Just like that. just want to do this hand tight. So once you've got it locked on, cool, so that's probably tight enough. I'm going to clean up just a tiny last little bit here. So a little bit of brake clean on there, clean it up. Some plugs already in, and then we're going to fill it up. So now we're going to move on to up here. So we'll pop the cap off. And we're going to begin to fill that. Now obviously a funnel's recommended just so you don't spill it all over your engine, but yeah, we'll have start filling up. So it should be about, some people say 3.5, some people say 4 litres, some say just over 4. I'm probably going to fill up to like 3.5, see where we're at, and then fill up to 4 if I need to, but obviously we can check back with the dipstick. Cool, so I've got my filter here, just going to pop that on there. I'll grab my oil and just slowly start to pour it in. I'm only going to pour a little bit for now, and then just double check that I'm not leaking out the sump plug or anything like that. And then we're going to carry on now that that's all fine under there. So you can see the colour that this is going in at compared to the colour that came out my engine. I'll do a quick comparison in a second, but I'll move you guys a little bit closer so you can see the colour that's going in. So I've got about 2 litres left. I'll just move this towards you guys. So that's the colour that's going into it. About 1.5 litres left. Cool, so that's about 3.5 litres. Now we're going to just check the dipstick and see where we're sitting. We're just going to pop it out. Obviously clean the whole thing because it's probably still got some of the old stuff on it. Cool, so we're going in completely empty. Let's pop that back in there. And let's pull it out again. Let's have a look. So we're actually sitting pretty close to the max mark. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're just a little bit off the max. I might put a little bit more in and then call it a day. So it's looking like that 3.9 is a bit more accurate than the over 4. Let's just pop that in there. And then we're just going to fill up a tiny bit more. You know what, one for luck. Right. I mean, too little oil is way worse than too much oil. I'm sure anyway. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments about that line. Right, that's that. Cool, let's check it again. Just going to clean it completely off. And then slide it back into there. Pop it back out again. And that is directly on the max line. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's directly on the max line. And that is, I would say, 3.9 litres I've put in, looking at the amount I've got in the container left. So 3.9 is your magic number, so buy a 4 litre container when you're doing it. But that is that. All sorted. So what we're going to do now is just start up the car, get the oil flying around it just a little bit, double check it, and then go from there. But I think we're pretty much all done. So obviously if it drops down after I've started the engine, I may fill it up just a tiny bit more. But to be honest, this is probably good to go now. So thank you guys all for watching. That's how you change the oil on a Fiesta ST. Nice and simple. Hopefully you guys find this helpful in some way. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.